Good afternoon, students. So, in morning section, we see about direct taxes. What is the meaning of direct tax, and also the examples of direct taxes, and difference between direct tax and indirect taxes. All those things. Okay. Now we are going to see about the chapter 33, that is indirect taxation. Okay. So this is the last lesson. So in your reduced term portions. So in this chapter we are going to see about the meaning of indirect tax. Okay, what is the meaning of indirect tax and difference between direct tax and indirect tax, as well as the kinds and objectives of GST, and learn about the GST councils and also its function. Okay, this is the topic we are going to see today's classes. Okay, what is the meaning of indirect tax? Indirect tax is levied on the goods and services. That is, if you are purchasing some goods, means you are paying taxes. The tax is called as indirect tax. We may say it as a sales tax. So it is collected from the buyer by the seller and paid by the seller to the government. That is, it is collected from the buyer. Buyer means here the customers, and to the seller, that is the shopkeeper. And the seller, after collecting these taxes and paid it directly to the government. So it is called as indirect tax. That is, it is indirectly imposed on buyers. It is called as indirect tax. Here GST, that is goods and service tax, excise duty, and the remaining taxes like are the some examples of indirect taxes. Okay, so the following pictures clearly explain about the indirect tax and tax concept. Okay, so here some picture is there. Direct tax, that is example income tax, that is the consumer pays the tax to the government. There is no intermediaries in between this person. Whereas in indirect tax, the so example is here also it is given as income tax, but it is not income tax. Here you may write it as sales tax. Okay, the consumer pays to the manufacturer, the manufacturer pays to the government. Okay, so this is the concept regarding the direct tax and indirect tax. Okay, now we are going to see about what is the difference between the direct tax and indirect tax. The main difference between direct tax and indirect tax are given in the table. That is the table is in the page number 324. Okay, so after finishing the GST, we are going to the table. So what is the meaning of GST? Goods and service tax is termed as GST. So goods and service tax is the tax imposed on the supply of goods and services. It is destination based consumption tax and collected on those value added tax at each stage of supply chain. For example, a manufacturer produces the goods and is given to the consumer or to the agent or wholesaler, whatever it may be. Then the wholesaler distribute the goods to the retailer. So in each, the retailer distribute to the consumer. So in each and every stage, the value added tax is levied. Okay, so the added item at each stage of the supply chain. So it is collected on those value added item at each stage of supply chain. That is here distribution. A manufacturer in India need not pay GST wherever she manufacture. GST is applicable to all goods and services except the alcohol and specified petroleum product. For this, there is no GST taxes levied. Okay, so GST Act has proposed 4 taxes rate, namely 5%, 12%, 18%, and 28%. For example, for gold and all, 5% tax is levied. Okay, so traders having annual turnover within a state below 20 lakhs, their turnover rate is below 20 lakhs. That is, their selling is below 20 lakhs are exempted from GST. Okay, because they are small trader, so need not pay the tax. Okay, next the concept is regarding the GST, that is, but the trader having interstate business should register and pay GST. That is, if they are having business interstate, that is from state of Tamil Nadu to Andhra Pradesh, that is they are in different state. In such a case, even the turnover is below 20 lakhs, he has to pay some taxes as GST. So special provisions are there in the GST Act for the 8 north stream states, that is like Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so goods and service tax. What is the meaning of goods and service tax? GST Act passed on April 12, 2017, but it came to effect on July 1st, 2017. So it is a single biggest tax reform since independence, because before that GST is not levied. Okay, several countries like Russia, Canada, Australia, Singapore, China have already introduced this GST, but now only we are following this GST from 2017 onwards. So the right to levy tax is derived from the Constitution of India. So that is our Constitution in itself. It is said that you have a right to levy tax on the goods and services. So to permit the center and the state, they are levying state taxes on the goods and services according to this amendment of this constitution. According to 101 first, that is first Constitution Amendment Act 2016 was passed. The President accepted received on September 2016. Under this Act, GST Council, a constitution body, was to be formed. That is, GST is of three kinds. One is CGST, SGST, UGST. CGST means it is Central Goods and Service Tax. SGST means State Goods and Service Tax, and UGST means Union Territory Goods and Service Tax. IGST means Interstate Goods and Service Tax. So these are the four types of tax under the category of GST. Okay, IGST on export. So all export are treated as interstate supply under GST. So since export are zero rated, GST is not imposed on all goods and services exported from India. Okay, so it is exempted from exported item. So any input credit paid already on export will be refunded. Okay, next we are going to see about GST Council. What is the meaning of GST Council and who are all included in this GST Councils? Okay, so GST Council will oversee the implementation of the GST, but the Central Board of Excise and Custom is responsible for administration of CGST as well as the IGST Act. The Council makes recommendation on rate of GST apportionment of IGST exemption, model GST laws, etc. The chairman of the Council is Union Finance Minister, and the Finance Minister of the state is the Finance Ministry, and all Finance Minister of the state government shall be its member. The central government shall have 1/3 voting power and the state government have 2/3 voting power. So all the decisions of the council can be passed only with 3/4 of the total votes. Okay. So each state has one vote irrespective of its size or population. So 24 council meetings were held until 2017. Okay, apart from this GST Council, GST Secretariat was formed in the following categories. That is, the GST will be appointed as the ex-office secretary to GST Council, the chairperson Central Board of Excise and Customs, and one post of additional secretary to the GST. Next, we are going to move on to CGST. What is the difference between CGST, SGST, and IGST? Meaning, CGST means nothing but Central Goods and Service Tax, whereas SGST means State Goods and Service Tax. So it replaced the existing tax like service tax, excise tax, etc. It is levied by central government, whereas SGST is levied by state government, and IGST is levied by the refers to the integrated goods and services, that is tax, and it is a combined form of CGST and IGST, and it is levied by central government. Then collection of tax, it is collected by central government, whereas SGST collected by state government. Then IGST also collected by central government. Applicability, intra-state supply. In 3 cases it is applicable to intra-state supply. Registration, no registration till turnover crosses 20 lakhs for CGST. No registration till the turnover crosses 10 lakhs for northeastern state, that is Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. Then registration is mandatory one for IGST. Composition, the dealer can use the benefit up to 75 lakhs under the composition scheme. Here also it is 75 lakhs under the composition scheme, and the composition scheme is not applicable in interstate supply. Okay. Objective of CGST. The foremost objective is to create a common market with a uniform tax. That is, all over India there is a uniform tax. One nation, one tax, one market. So to eliminate the cascading of effect of taxes, GST allows set of prior taxes for the same transaction. So to boost the Indian export, to increase the tax base by bringing more number of taxpayers, to simplify the tax return procedure, to provide online facilities for payment of taxes. So as well as it will boost the manufacturing, export, GDP, all those things. So these are the objectives of GST. Then benefit. to the society and country. Uniformed common national market will attract more foreign investor. It brings priority in taxation among the imported goods, and it will be boost manufacturing of export, creation of more employment opportunity. It will bring more tax compliance. It is transparent and will improve the India's ranking in the ease of doing business in the world. It is very easy to do the business because uniform taxation is followed all over the world. Uniform rates of tax will reduce the tax evasion and also the rate arbitrage between the states and to the community. Simplest tax system. Import tax credit will reduce the cascading effect of taxes. A reduction in average tax burden will encourage the manufacturer and help Make in India campaign and Make in India as a manufacturing hub. Then common procedure, common classification of goods and services, and timelines will lend greater certainty to the taxation system. So these are the some of the benefits which is gathered to the community and to the consumer. So input tax credit allowed will lower the prices of the customers, and all small retailers will get exemptions and purchase from them will cost less for the consumer. And what are the disadvantages? Beside above listed advantages, the GST also criticized from disadvantages. Several economics says GST is in India would impact negatively on the real estate market. Another criticism is that CGST, SGST are nothing but new names of central excise tax, VAT and GST. So a number of retail products currently have only 4% of tax on them. So these are the some of the disadvantages of GST. Okay, students. Today we have see some of the topics such as what is indirect tax and value added tax, as well as the concept regarding the CGST, IGST and SGST, and the importance as well as the benefits to the customer, country as well as to the societies. All those things are taught in today class. Okay, students, prepare well for your February revision test. Okay, first revision test, and it is nearly 14 lessons for your February monthly test. So prepare well. All the best, students.